Hi, my name is Cassandra Baker, and for my assignment 4 project, I decided not to go to a traditional closing or opening of an art museum. I decided to go to Comic-Con. Before I got to Comic-Con, I thought that it was just going to be a bunch of people dressed up with their favorite superhero costume or playing Dungeons and Dragons in the corner, and people LARPing, which is live action roleplay. But there was people dressed up, but there was also a lot more artwork than I expected. The first thing you see when you walk into Comic-Con are all these drawings that a artist did, and every single vendor at Comic-Con was there to sell their artwork. In this picture, it's not just the Avengers or Marvels or DC Comics. There's also characters from movies. Walking around Comic-Con, you notice that each artist has a different media that they prefer. This artist drew Doctor Strange and Thor with color pencils. This artist decided to use a different media for her paintings. She decided to use a wooden palette. I am a big Ariel fan, so when I saw this painting, I absolutely fell in love, and I actually got to talk to the artist, and his name is Ben Jones. You'll see him right now. Okay, why is this considered art?
The conventions by themselves are also art, not just the products that we sell, but this is an expansion of creativity for a person that wants to dress in a costume. Comic books themselves go back to the earliest storytelling of humankind, from hieroglyphs and in cave paintings, of telling a story just with a picture. That is the greatest attribute of this artistic style, that we can draw and create a single picture and tell you a story about our own humanity, about our own emotions, and about what the artist is thinking and feeling at the time.
So what's your process of making your art?
I'm on a normal basis, I'm on a pen and ink, on paper style artist. I've dabbled in acrylic, charcoal. I'm classically trained, and I had to learn anatomy of the human form, perspective, contrast, hues, color theory. I've had to learn everything that a quote-unquote traditional artist has had to learn, but I've also had to learn how to use all of those techniques and use them in a storytelling format, which is a step up from just a guy that can paint a pretty picture. I have to tell a story with every picture that I do.
Any questions? I'm good.
Right.
This is another image from Ben Jones. Ben Jones decided that he is more comfortable drawing the image out on paper and scanning the paper onto his computer. His computer is hooked up to a machine of some sorts, and the machine prints his image onto a metal slab. Does it sound like something else we learned in this class? These pictures are painted from watercolors. This is a floor-to-ceiling display of images from Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, you name it, it's probably there. You could see how massive this display is by the top of the people's heads, while they look up and see which art piece they want to buy. I know absolutely nothing about comic book arts. I didn't even know the difference between DC and Marvels until I actually got to Comic-Con. But when I passed these, I thought these were the cutest little drawings I have ever seen. Just look how cute Baby Groot is. Could you not have bought one? This is a creepy painting of the Joker and Batman on canvas using acrylic paints. During the hustle and bustle of Comic-Con, this artist decided he's going to sit down and continue doing his artwork on paper using ink. It is the 21st century, so this artist was not using paper and pencil or ink. He decided that he is going to draw on his iPad. Like I said earlier, there was people dressing up. In these pictures, there was a costume contest for the Joker, Batman, and Harley Quinn in front of the original Batman mobile. Star Wars fans out there, this could have been your chance to take a picture in front of a Star Wars scene. Along with paintings and drawings from comic books, there was also casting at the way back of the auditorium. Hey, there I am. I absolutely enjoyed Comic-Con. I was very cautious about going. I didn't think there was going to be any artwork, but that was pretty much all they had. I love talking to the artists. I love hearing their versions of what they draw and what they use. All the artists that I talked to, they all said the same thing, that the hardest thing for any artist to draw is a human figure. And in every comic book, that's what they draw. They draw the human figure. The comic book artists go through the same training as every other artist, but they decide to put their effort into comic book. And I think they did an amazing job with Comic-Con this year.